Joel.
And this is Danny.
Which finally, Danny is back. Can you smell what the Danny is cooking?
I hope not.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Remember, before we get started, there are a number of ways you can hear us. If you'd like to know more, go to our Facebook page, Beer30, or the website, thebeer30show.com to get more information. We are streaming and you can chat with us. And I would throw out that phone number, but it's not like anybody uses it anyway, so I'm not going to waste the time. Visit us on our website. You can stream, chat with us, like I said. So without further ado, let's get this party started. Got a lot of information to cover. Today, our special guest, nonprofit of the week, is the Unstoppable Heroes. It's an organization that basically embraces the human body and shows people that just because you're wounded doesn't mean that you cannot do something. So it should be a pretty special program today. Uh, this is like the first Monday in over almost 3 weeks that we've been able to get on. So we feel pretty lucky with that. Danny hasn't been able to be with us because of anniversary, birthdays, and because we haven't been able to log in on the last couple of Mondays. So, Danny, tell the viewers where you been and what you been doing, slacker.
I've been sitting at home, laying in my bed, sleeping, and watching movies. It's great. It is everything I ever hoped it would be. No, I've been somewhat busy lately. Of just school, anniversaries, birthdays, like Joel said. Um, my son turned 14 last weekend. It was also mine and my wife's 6-year anniversary, which we ended up celebrating it this past weekend, and did a couple things. Went on a casino cruise. If you live out in the Jacksonville area, I would highly suggest against it. It was not that great. Uh, it was. We had some fun though. I mean, it was about once you're done gambling, you don't want to sit on another boat watching everybody else gamble. You want to go home, right? You can't really go home when you're on a cruise boat.
Pretty much. Well, how long did that
Six
cruise boat go?
hours.
Oh, that's not too bad though.
Well, it's not too bad, but when you only have like a certain amount, you're like, if you're like me, when I go to a casino, I like to spend like 20 bucks, maybe 40 bucks. See if I win some, if I don't, go home, be a responsible gambler. But that doesn't really happen. That doesn't really work out too well if you're on a casino boat for 6 hours and you blow your money in the first 2 hours. So,
Yeah, I know when I went on my bachelor party to Las Vegas, I'd never gambled before, and my best man, he gave me $20, and I went. I believe it was blackjack. I went and played blackjack, and I, I played like one game, and I lost $20 in less than 5 minutes, and I'm like, well, that sucks. So yeah, I don't gamble. It's so stupid. But like my mother-in-law and my wife, they will spend they'll spend a whole weekend at Blackhawk. It's a gambling casino here in Colorado. It's like I would say it's at the base of the mountain, right before you get in the hard stuff, and it's ridiculous. It's so stupid.
you sit here. What was the name of that casino again?
I don't know the name of the casino. I just know it's called Black Hawk Casino.
I thought you
Here.
said Black Cock. And
Oh,
everything after that about it being at the base of the mountain and it's really hard was just cracking me up, dude.
uh, oh boy.
Mm.
Oh
Ah,
boy. We know who's got their mind in the gutter.
Well, that's just how it is. But it was pretty funny. So I did, however, I didn't tell you this yet because we haven't really talked that much in the last couple of weeks
Right.
because of how busy I've been. But for our anniversary, I did get my wife a brand new car. Oh. In
Wow.
fact, from what I found
Ooh.
out, it was her first brand new car ever. Like
Oh, really?
like brand new, not like a used vehicle. This is like brand new, brand new. So she was pretty stoked about it.
Well, yeah. See, honey, I told you you come with me. I'm gonna take you places.
Yeah. So she was talking to her mom about it, and her mom was like, "Well, how's he gonna top that next year?"
Yeah, you screwed yourself, dude.
Oh hell no! You know what? I'm gonna buy myself a boat, and I'm gonna buy her a hitch. And I'll buy her a hitch for the car so she can pull the boat. But the year after that, I don't know. Maybe a G5 airplane. We'll see. Got to go big. Maybe, and after that, a space shuttle. I don't know. I think I kind of overdid myself this year, but I think she'll be good with it.
Well, yeah. So I'm not even gonna ask you how much that sets you back. What kind of car did you get? Did you get a GM then?
No, we ended up getting a Chrysler actually.
Well, hey, at least you know that it will last a lot longer, the warranty.
Well, not really. The GM actually has longer warranties than Chrysler does, apparently.
Not if they're out of business.
Yeah. Are they out of business now?
They're gonna be out of business.
I don't think
I
they'll ever be out of business because all they do is lay people off and rehire people, and so that they don't have to give them the full retirement that they're promised.
That's funny. Or just call it Delphi.
Yeah, I know, right? So, but no, that was the extent of my weekend. We've been doing that, and here in a couple weekends, I'm not going to be here again because I have to go to Savannah, Georgia. So, and then Memorial Day weekend, May's just a busy month. The end of
Right.
May's just a busy month for some reason, and it's just difficult. So I'm gonna be missing like 2 more Fridays this month, uh, but we'll be here on Mondays regardless. You'll
Right.
see
And
Joel's bald head and my hairy head.
right. And just so every one of our viewers know, me and Danny talked about it. We are going to do a Memorial Day special. We might not do a memorial special that is an hour long. We don't know yet. But we are going to do a memorial special. It's going to be pre recorded. And in that pre recording, me and Danny are going to discuss what Memorial Day means to us. So, there's Memorial Day is very emotional for me personally because not only is that Memorial's Day and we go and pay our respects and we remember the soldiers, the veterans, the seamen, the Marines, all of the branch services that pay the ultimate sacrifice. Um, but unfortunately, right on Memorial Day is the day that my best friend died in Iraq. So it's very emotional for me. So that's the reason why we're not doing a show on that. I believe it would be that Friday. Either it'd be that Friday or that Monday. I forget. But we'll figure something. It's either gonna be me and Danny or it's going to be me and Jeremy. Um, so either way, we'll uh, we'll get taken care of. So with all that, we're gonna go ahead and continue, and we appreciate everybody tuning in. And as we're tuning in, we have the music playing in the background, and we're gonna go on commercial. And when we come back, once again, we're going to find out who the nonprofit is these unstoppable heroes and what they're doing, not only for a Veterans Day, but we're also going to find out how they are inspiring others. So, everybody, do not go away. Stay tuned. You're bringing us back. Remember, Danny.
This is John Peck, and you are listening to the Beer30show with Danny and Joel.
All right, Danny, Mike's hot.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Danny with Danny and Joel on the Beer 30 Show. Today we will be talking with Torrin Gale from Unstoppable Heroes. We have Torrin on the line. Torrin, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. How about yourself?
Oh, we're not too bad. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what Unstoppable Heroes does to help veterans.
I just joined the military in 2006. I deployed to Iraq in 2006, 2007. I deployed to Afghanistan in 2008 and 2009. And again in 2011, back to Afghanistan, I suffered my injuries on June 26, 2011. Result of my injuries, double amputations, severe brain injury, and extensive rehab on learning how to talk and get my my dexterities back through my hands, and then obviously the extensive therapy it took to regain and learn how to walk again. But Unstoppable Heroes is a phenomenal organization here in the Southern California area. They've done numerous things for me, and got me tied in with a lot of the schools in the area to go and speak with the local high schools and get my message out there. And also, I rode across America this last summer, and when I finished in DC, with help from the Unstoppable Heroes, I was able to meet with the director of the FBI, Director Comey, and get a tour of the FBI building there in DC. And to be affiliated with this organization is a true honor.
Wow, that had to have been fun.
It was definitely a learning experience as far as getting to go in and talk to some of the individuals who work for the FBI there in DC, and also to kind of go up and speak with the director and really kind of just talk to him as if he's just a regular person.
Now I don't know about you, but like when I was younger, I was even though I didn't do anything wrong, I was always kind of nervous around military and especially like motorcycle people that rode motorcycles. Did you find yourself being nervous? And the FBI thing, like, oh my gosh, like I hope I don't
Not
take
really.
somebody off.
Not really. I think it just kind of comes with the territory of not really worrying about so much of that. Whereas, a lot of people are actually more worried about making a mistake around, say, someone like myself, either by getting in the way or whatnot. So it kind of just evens that playing field, if you will, and kind of makes it a little bit more easy to kind of just be fluent and be normal and be, just talk to them as if they're an everyday person.
Neat. And Turin, do you know approximately how many heroes is a part of the Unstoppable Heroes organization, or is there just too many to count?
They have ambassadors all over the country and all over the world, actually. I'm gonna have to probably say in the rough estimate of probably 200.
Wow. Okay, that's still quite a lot.
It is. It is when you think about and you think about it in the numbers aspect. It's a good amount of service numbers.
Now, Danny was supposed to ask this next question, but just real quick, I want to ask this. With Unstoppable Heroes, to be a part of this organization, do you have to have a visual injury, or can you have just PTSD and TBI and be thought of as part of this organization, Unstoppable Heroes?
most definitely, most definitely. It doesn't have to be a visual injury at all. Is a military member is a military member who served our country. Whether it's visible or not, they're still heroes.
Okay.
Well, that's very interesting. So,
Yeah.
Joel, there's another organization for you, my man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I'll get into the rant later, Danny, but it's a another organization that I can get involved with that will help me throughout the year and not just when it comes to parades and membership time.
Yeah, I heard about I kind of read a little bit about it today on your Facebook page.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Joel's one of those that shares everything on Facebook. So if
Yes.
I want to know what's
Okay.
going on with Joel, I just got to go to this page and we can talk about rants later. So
Yes.
anyway, Torrin, let's get back to this. What are some of the examples of the goals that the organization helps veterans reach?
I'm going to use my personal experiences, and that's moving and transitioning into motivational speaking. They'd be able to get me tied in with local schools in the area here in San Diego, um, to kind of get my message out there, but also to network through that message and network through the school, so that when one school can talk to another school and say, hey, we had this veteran come and speak, and his message is extremely important, and we like to pass it on to you. They've gotten guys involved, other service members involved with ride along with the local police departments in the area in Southern California and the sheriff's departments, and trying to get them tied in that way. They've had actual guys get hired with the FBI, and maybe like analytics aspects, or what certain aspects of the FBI. But they're definitely out there to help us network. Help guys fine tune resumes and interview skills.
Oh, man.
Just a plethora of things that they do as far as professional lives go.
Now, are they more in tune than they are in the army? Because I know when you do the ACAP thing in the army, it's almost like they push you through. I don't know what branch of service that you came from.
There's only one.
Oh, you're a Marine.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
All right.
But other than that, no. I mean, it's been they're very in tune with the transition classes, or DTAP or TAPS, whatever you call it, as far as what guys are learning through that course. But also, being that there's members of the Unstoppable Heroes have held jobs with the federal government, so that definitely gives them a leg up on really helping guys, move forward with that.
Okay, and the organization, the Four Legged Heroes, are you a part of that? And is that basically service dogs that Unstoppable Heroes provide, or what is that? Can you tell us about that organization?
I know gives them a leg up on really helping guys, move forward with that.
Okay, and the organization, the Four Legged Heroes, are you a part of that? And is that basically service dogs that Unstoppable Heroes provide, or what is that? Can you tell us about that organization?
I know just the same organization. It's just an addition to, and it has to do a lot with the therapy dogs, or the service animals of these severely injured service members.
Okay.
For a lot of the guys that have animals, it's definitely that animal means the world to the service members, and that definitely helps them with their morale, and how their mindset is every day. So that's how those dogs are, those animals are included in there as well.
Right. Okay.
So you should bring Bear into there. Barrett.
I'm yeah, I'm telling you. Hey, maybe they might pay for the vet bills and the vet shots, because I'm telling you, dude, that the vet shots and the vet bills, that stuff can pile up.
Yeah. I mean, depending on what the shot is, if you're giving your dog the DH2P shot, then you can go to the store and get that and give that yourself. But when it comes to
Yeah, that
rabies, you have to have a veterinarian do it because they have to be licensed and certified. But
right.
uh, but yeah. So Torin, does Unstoppable Heroes like are they locally, national, like statewide based, nationally based? How do they operate? Like, uh,
I know they operate out of the Southern California area,
mhm,
but like I said, they have veterans from all over the country,
yeah,
and definitely they're ambassadors throughout the entire country. I know we have a few that are international,
okay,
but they're based out of the Southern California, San Diego area.
okay.
But
Well,
the
how?
ambassadors are always out there speaking about them, though.
Okay. Um, how could anybody like help the organization? What are some ways that a person can help Unstoppable Heroes?
The organization itself, they can go to their website, unstoppableheroes.org, and definitely read about um, some of the individual unstoppable heroes that are on their website and their stories, as well as pictures are on there about those individuals. And there's links what's on the website that people can um, get involved with, help get involved.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Um well, we're running out of time and we're running out of questions. One last time, give our listeners the website and any other information that you would like to give, Turan. And if you have one thing, I mean, the stage is all yours. If you have one thing to tell the service men and women that are out there that are listening to this show, either live or we get a lot of hits on our podcast. What do you have to say to them? What advice do you have to give to them?
The best advice I can give is the only limits in life are the ones we set on ourselves. Um, and to go to the website unstoppableheroes.org and read about um, some of the service members' stories are on there. My story's on there, and look at the organization from that standpoint and kind of see and gain inspiration from the service members that are already affiliated with the organization, and reach out through the website.
All right, outstanding. Danny, if you have any further questions, if not, Torin, we're gonna let you go, and we really appreciate you taking time out of your busy work schedule to come on air and talk to us. And I'm sure Marlene will really be appreciative that you gave Unstoppable Heroes a couple of plugs today.
Thank you so much for allowing me to come on.
Yes, thank you very much, Torin, for coming on. Um, yeah, if you got anything to say, buddy, go for it.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you guys so much for allowing me this opportunity.
All right. Have a good one, brother. I will send. We'll have our secretary send you the link of the podcast and everything to your email.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So everyone, if you missed it, just to recap, that was Torin Gal. He is a double amputee. His website actually is Torin TORANGAAL.com. If you'd like to reach out to him, he is part of the Unstoppable Heroes, and he let us know exactly what the organization is all about and what they're doing, and they continue to do for our veterans. So, once again, that was Torrin Gal. Well, Danny, it is that time. We are going to go on commercial with the music going on the background. And when we come back, this is the first time that we have stayed on schedule. We're doing really good. When we come back, it's going to be another edition of Clearing the Air. So Stay with us, everybody. Do not go away.
You might tee it up for the troops. Divots can be replaced. Freedoms cannot. Just gone from start to blow. Chicken boy, say that to my face.
Okay, so Danny.
You might tee it up for the troops. Divots can be replaced. Freedoms cannot. Just gone from start to blow. Chicken boy, say that to my face.
Okay, so Danny, would you like to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I want you to go first because I already know what your rant is.
Okay, so check this out. I don't know if it's so much a rant or if it's a special billboard message for all those Vietnam veterans, World War II veterans. I hear so many times, and don't worry, American Legion, I'm going to add you to the list as well. I hear so many times that you guys say that you guys need new blood in the VFW and the American Legion. We want you guys to be officers. We want you guys to take charge. Let me tell you something. If you guys want us to take charge, if you guys want to add us into the mix, you guys have got to change. You can't ask the young ones just to come along when it's Memorial Day parade time or when it's Memorial or Veteran barbecue time or when it's time for membership, pay your dues. There's so many organizations out there like the Unstoppable Heroes that we just talked to, Tee It for the Troops. There are all these organizations that are focused not on membership, but they're focused on a relationship with the veteran. Until you guys change your ways, you guys will die. The American Legion and the VFW will be no more after there's no more Vietnam and after there's no World War II veterans. We've we we appreciate your service. We look up to you guys because you guys have paved the way for us young bucks. But if you guys want us to be involved, you guys have to change your ways. I'm sorry, but me and Danny, we don't want to listen to Elvis Presley. You ain't nothing but a hound dog 8 times a day drinking beer. That's not the music that we're listening to.
Well, I listened to that, Joe.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean.
But yes, I get you. I
My
mean,
my dad's that way. Like I'm playing alternative. I don't want to say hip hop. It's just alternative, like Pink or um Carrie Underwood, and he thinks that's all noise because he's still living in the 70s, and it's like you've got to change with the time. Just from the flip phone to the smartphone, people have to change because of new technology, because of updates. What used to be, me and Danny, when we grew up, we thought a 30 gig hard drive was a lot. Well, we'll never use that in our lifetime. But now, if it's less than 150 gigs, your computer's outdated.
oh yeah. And don't get that confused with 30 gigs to 30 giggity. We're not talking about Pornhub here.
Where's that sound bite? Yeah, there we go. Got to do the quagmire, the giggity giggity giggity. But so that's my rant. I'm not trying to upset, our Vietnam veterans or World War II veterans. I don't like the VFW or the American Legion system. You guys need to change. And
Yeah.
I talked to a guy that was Gulf War today, and he's like, "Yeah, they want this young blood in. Well, you've got to make changes."
I agree with you. I think you need to kind of go with the times, and the military's changed drastically since World War II, Vietnam, anything. I mean, Desert Storm, it's changed so much since then. It changed a lot since 9/11.
Yeah,
Uh, when I was on the ship when 9/11 happened, things changed drastically. Now it's even worse. I mean, I was talking to my wife, right, and she was telling me about what they get in boot camp now. Have you heard that they get tablets now and Fitbits, and
really?
they get tablets, a Fitbit, and they get a sneaker day on Sundays, so where they can wear tennis shoes all day.
Wow.
I mean, I remember going, and it was like, okay, well, I'm going to boot camp, wake up. If you're lucky, get 6 hours of sleep because most of the time you either go to bed late or get woken up early. And it's not like wake up early with an alarm clock. No, 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 no. Your RDCs or drill sergeants or however you want to call them come in with a trash can banging on it, like because somebody put their socks away right.
Right.
And
Well,
then
and I will I will back them up also as well on this. I'm sure that there were things that happened to World War II and Vietnam veterans that didn't happen to us, and they'll probably think into themselves, "Wow, these new soldiers, they don't know how it was. We had to spit shine our boots like every single day, and not just one time a week." I'm sure there are little things that became easier for us that they didn't have back then. So I'm not gonna throw that up in their face. I'm not gonna punish them for that because we're sitting here thinking, what, really, veterans needing stress cards and basic. So I'm sure as the times change, there's certain things that go good with one and that don't go good with the other. So um Yeah, that's all I got on that, Danny. So I'm gonna remember this time the bell.
More cowbell.
More cowbell. All right, buddy. What is your rant? Let me hear it.
So, I always think about my rant the day of, like while we're doing the show, what can I rant about? And I've come to the conclusion, my rant from this past week, last 2 weeks really, um, I hate being turned into the middleman. I mean, I like it, but I hate it. So,
Middleman.
middleman, when, let's say you're trying to be the neutral aspect of an argument,
Okay.
okay? You care for both sides of the argument, but you end up being the one person in the middle who has to reason with both of them about which the other's reasoning is because they don't want to listen to each other. You understand what I'm saying?
So give me an example. I think I know what you're talking about, but give me an
Okay,
example.
I'll give you an example. Okay, say you and your wife got in a fight.
Okay.
I consider both of you guys my friends.
Right.
All right. But all you guys do is yell and bicker at each other. One of you storms off and leaves the room, and I'm sitting there like, what's up? And let's say you stormed off, and I'm talking to your wife, and I'd be like, well, he said this, and I can't believe he said this. I don't understand why. I'm like, okay, well, he probably said it because of this, and this is, the reason why. And, and then I try to get them to see your point of view to where they'll understand it. And then, okay, well, okay, yeah, yeah. And then I'll go to you and I'll talk to you, and you'll just be like, oh, I can't believe she freaking said that this way, blah, blah, blah. And you guys are just like in this big heat. But then I got to talk to you. And then, after a little bit, I get you to understand their point of view because I'm just a spectator. So finally, you guys both understand each other's points of view. You guys can be back in the same room together. And then something else kicks off, and then the same thing happens, and then I'm back to being the middleman. And it's not necessarily like I'm not gonna be necessarily put myself in that scenario where I'm gonna be like, hey, what happened, But it's more when somebody makes you that middleman. Like, can
Mm.
you believe he just said that? Yeah, I can, because he was mad.
Right.
I mean, that's the type of scenario, and I've been dealing with that a lot lately. At school between students.
Well, you already said from like what was it 2 weeks ago that every time you go out there and smoke a cigarette, one person's griping to the other person, and it's like a WWE wrestling match.
Oh yeah, and I by all means, I love my school. I'm having so much fun there, and things have been going on. But like the main thing has been happening between the students and the administration, and my instructor happens to be that middleman, and
Uh,
she's getting all the blunt. Everybody's blaming her at the moment for things that are happening when it's not necessarily her fault. But I'm sitting there as like the middleman. Like I'm the middleman between the instructor and the students. I have somehow become like the leader of my class,
right.
and it's also kind of funny because I've also kind of became the counselor for the school and the medic. So I'm actually being thrown in these roles, and by all means, I
Well,
love
that
the attention.
sucks.
No, no, it doesn't suck for me. I love the attention. I can do it. You know me. I'm a busy person. I do a lot of different things. So it's kind of
Well,
nice being needed.
Danny, they're only going to you because the other people they don't want to do it.
Well,
That's
yes, I
what
know
I
that.
mean by that. That sucks.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, I'm also giving advice to instructors and trying to help them.
Right,
And
because nobody else wants to do it. It's they try to do that to me at my school, and it's not because they they look up to me or they respect my thoughts. It's because nobody else wants to do it. You know, that day that you wasn't able to come on the air because your internet was down, out of 50 kids in my school, not one of them wanted to step up to the plate and be a co-host. Well, that's what this that's what this school is. all about is broadcasting. Yeah, I get a lot of interference in the background. It's like really loud, Danny.
Oh, well, this might be when I don't hit my mute button. Um, no, that's not the type. I mean, I understand your situation that you had. You're in a broadcasting thing and you need help. And yours is more of the you're willing to help them if they need it, but they're not willing to help you. And that's another pet peeve that is a big one in the
Well,
world.
they're willing to help you if like they won't help if they're not getting paid for it. And when I bring it up to them, well, how are you getting these intern hours? Well, they're just doing the minimum to graduate. That's all they're doing. Because I talked to somebody today about it, and they're like, well, Joel, you only need 80 intern hours to graduate. He's like, I'm at 50 now, so we have till October. I'm good. Like, I'm like, are you kidding me?
The
So,
same thing goes on with mine. We have to have 175 massages, right? And here's something that happened the other day, which I couldn't believe would happen. So it's kind of like the situation with you. You're asking somebody if they want some hours and they're refusing it. I had a massage come in. Uh, I went in there to greet them like I'm supposed to. Say, hey, my name is Danny. I'll be doing your massage. Blah 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 blah. And the person's like, oh, well, I wanted a female to do my massage. It's nothing against you. I just prefer females. I was like, okay, well, that's fine. So then I come back out and I'm telling that there's three females in the class. And I'm like, hey, they're requesting a female. And one of the females was like, "Oh, I ain't doing it because she was in a bad mood. No, I'm not doing it today." Blah 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 blah. The other one's like, "Well, I'm leaving in like a half hour, so I legitimately can't do it," which is fine. I can agree with that. And then the other one was like, "I'm eating right now when we just got off our lunch break," and it's like, oh my god. So I'm like, it puts me in a hard spot, right? Because this person's
right,
requesting a female. Nobody's like, I'll do it, because I'm like, hell, I want to do all the massages. I want to get my massages out of the way. And I go in there and tell the lady, and she's like, I'm going to talk to the front desk. Well, then the front desk sends somebody down and starts yelling at all the girls. And yeah, it's just, it comes to the point where I'm just like, you're in school, focus on school.
right,
And it's just like, you're there to learn, you're there to do what you're supposed to do so you can get a certificate, graduate, whatever, and go. And hey, here's a cool thing from last week. I did get offered a job as a substitute teacher.
yeah. I've gotten since I started school. I've gotten offered 6 jobs,
Yep, that's
and I
about where I'm
haven't.
at.
Yeah, and I haven't took any of those just for the simple fact that I mean the reason why they offer the jobs like that is because right now I don't have like associates or a bachelor's, so they can get away with offering the bare minimum. So just because somebody is offered a job at our school doesn't necessarily mean that they like the work ethic. Uh, it's it's kind of like at our station 104.3 The Fan. They get a lot of Colorado Media School students there, and when I talked to my mentor about it, he's like, "Well, yeah." He's like, are they going to want to give a guy that has a bachelor's degree a job, or are they wanting to give, you know, somebody that's fresh out of a school that same job, but only have to pay them $10 or $11 an hour? So that's the reason why I hadn't like broadcast. Oh well, I got this many job offers because yeah, of course they're going to give me job offers because I my experience is nothing, nothing at all. Um, have you? I got my in laws on it this week, and I'm working on them getting their profile set up. Danny, are you on LinkedIn?
I was, but I got off of it.
Okay, because I guess jobs really look at LinkedIn, not even just by looking at your resume, but they look at LinkedIn to see who you know, what connections you have.
Uh huh.
Um, are you any good at social media? Because this day and age, things are changing. And if you don't know how to use social media, you're kind of in trouble. And I think that's one of the reasons why, what was his name? John McClane or John McCain?
Uh
I
huh.
think that's one of the reasons why he didn't do so good against Obama is because he didn't even have like a Facebook page because he wasn't involved in social media. And I that's the reason why Bernie Sanders, it's a waste of money for him to even run for president because he doesn't know he doesn't know anything about social media. But I will tell you this: I'm not political, but if you vote for Hillary Clinton, I have no words for you.
Well, it's kind of funny because I think whoever the government wants to be a president is going to be the next president.
You know what?
Call that
And
kind of funny.
yeah, and I get, you know what? And you have a point, man. I totally agree with you on that. I just like the NFL, I think the whole political chain is kind of rigged.
Yep. But I got you a nice little joke that I'm saying here. Um, this is from a 10-year-old. A response from a 10-year-old for the question, how would you make your marriage work?
Okay.
You know what this 10-year-old says?
What?
Tell your wife that she looks pretty, even if she looks like a truck. 10 years old, and he'll be married forever, buddy.
Probably.
But but yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying with all that. Oh man, it's just I don't like to talk about politics anymore. I could like it's so big right now just because of the election coming up, and it's none of the candidates are really that great.
No,
And
they're not.
I'm not bagging on anybody for voting for whoever you want. By all means, this is America. You vote for who you want to vote for. But honestly, I'm about to go vote for D's nuts out in California.
Yeah, I heard about that. You was talking about there was actually
Yes,
uh
somebody registered, changed their name or something, but they failed in paperwork to run for president as D's nuts. And yes, I'm kind of wanting to go vote for him right now.
my dad said something and I'm like, "Well, you can always vote for Gary Johnson." And he's like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "He's like an independent person." He's gonna be like Ross Perot, dude. He's only gonna be there to take votes away from one another candidates. There's no way that he's gonna make the final cut.
Yeah, I thought about running at one point in time. I could, well, I don't even know how it would work. I could be running right now. The election isn't until after my birthday when I turn 35. But who knows? I might run one day. That'd be hilarious. Free beer for everybody.
Looney Tune.
Make sure Joel gets Rogaine.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
That those would be my campaign slogans. No, honestly, I'd be like I would not do anything. I would go to every city in America and I would stand on the courthouse yard like they did back in the 18, 17, and 1800s, and I would talk there. I wouldn't be backed by anybody. I wouldn't want to be, bought by anybody. I would do it on my own. I would just drive from here to here to here and do it. If you want to come listen to me, you freaking come listen to me. Here's my soapbox. So, yes, that was my rant. Was the whole middleman scenario, being the middleman when it's between two things that are you're trying not to be bad to either one.
Right.
Yeah.
All
So
right. Well, with that being said, my keyword bell.
more cowbell.
More cowbell. All right, everyone. So, with the music once again playing in the background, we're going to go on another commercial and station identification. And when we come back, not only are we going to talk about what we learned real quick, it's going to be the 2-minute warning, and we're going to preview who we talk to next week. So, stay with us, everybody. Don't go away.